Tonight, along with Peter Matz and our orchestra, Harvey Korman, Vicki Lawrence, and Tim Conway, we really have a special guest for you. And I'll tell you who in a few seconds. Let's turn up the lights and see if y'all have anything you want to talk about. So, yes.
I wanted you to meet my husband. He thinks you're super special.
How nice. Is that your husband? Thank you.
Congratulations on your People's Choice Award.
Thank you. Okay, I'm not going to keep you in suspense. I would like to tell you about our guest star. Let's see, he has won a Tony, which is for performing on Broadway, a Drama Desk Award, the Clio Award, the Thespian Award for his role in Pippin. Now, there's a hint. And in 1976, he won not one, not two, but 3 Georgies, which is the George M. Cohan Award. And I think that about covers it. One other thing, I think he was part of television history when he appeared in Roots. Ben Vereen, Chicken George. In 10 years on our show, one other person who wasn't on our show but happened to be in the audience I introduced and got a standing ovation. The only other person was Sir Laurence Olivier.
Oh, yes, I'd stand for him myself.
Yeah, and he would stand for you, my darling.
Yes.
Ben's family is in the audience. Would you introduce them, please?
Yes, my wife, Nancy. Sitting beside her, scoop down, there's my daughter, Malika.
Malika, stand up,
Stand up, Malika. Come on, let's see. And this is over here in the pink, that's Naja.
Hi, Naja.
Stand up, Naja. Come on, stand up, buddy. Do you believe it? I haven't got a ham in my family.
Oh, I bet you do. I bet you at home they stand up all the time.
Yes, and I come through the door and it's, hi, Daddy.
Listen, we got a big show for you, so don't go away. We'll be right
Hang
back.
in.
From Television City in Hollywood, it's the Carol Burnett Show. With Harvey Korman, Vicki Lawrence, and Tim Conway.
Everybody loved Charlie.
How's it coming, honey?
It's not going too well at all. Gosh, see, my best friend dies, and I can't even think of a simple eulogy. I must have started this thing 10 times. It just isn't coming, that's all.
Sweetheart, these things are never easy.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, the guy was my best friend. I went to school with him. I was in the Army with him. We were business partners. For crying out loud, I can't even think of anything to say for him.
Well, honey, maybe you're thinking too much about your loss. Why don't you think about Charlie the way he was when he was alive, how much he meant to you and all the nice things he did for you, and just write those things down.
Oh, gosh, I wouldn't even know where to start with that. I mean, the things he did for me, crying out loud. Gosh, I just, I was just thinking, during the war, when we were in the Army together down there at basic training out on the rifle range, gosh. I was the worst shot in the whole company. Yeah. So you know what Charlie did?
What?
He switched the scorecards, just so I could win that little sharpshooter medal. Yeah, it was 3 months later then that all of us sharpshooters got to go overseas. I was lucky enough to go in with the first wave. Poor Charlie, gosh, it's kind of ironic, but he's the one who always liked the beach.
Poor Charlie, he had to wind up spending the entire war right here in Miami.
Yeah. But well, it wasn't the same, though.
You owe a lot to Charlie, don't you, honey?
Well, I sure do, gosh. If it weren't for Charlie, I'd have never gotten that Purple Heart. I think of Charlie every time I do this. He was a real first-class human being, I'll tell you.
As I recall, he always called you a first-class something or other.
Yeah, Helen, everybody loved Charlie. Gosh, yeah. And, you know, after the war, after everybody was kind of forgetting about friendships and everything, it was Charlie who asked me to be his business partner. Yeah. Gosh, now you can imagine a guy like that. I mean, his looks, his personality, his know-how, he knew all the things about business and everything. Asked me to be his partner. Gosh, now, what did I have to offer?
Well, honey, you had that $11,000 that built up in back pay while you were a prisoner of war.
Yeah, but that was all. I mean, gosh. I sure didn't have it up here.
Don't do that.
Yeah, gosh, what a guy, I'll tell you. And you talk about a business partner, boy, he was something. Gee. Boy, just took over everything, you know. He handled the books.
Both sets?
Well, he insisted on that, you know. You know, I always thought he'd kind of slow down after he got that second house and yacht and that mountain cabin.
Oh, that mountain cabin. What a place.
Oh, that's funny. I don't remember you ever seeing the mountain cabin.
Oh, no, I never saw it. It's just the way Charlie described it all the time. You know, you could almost picture yourself there for the weekend.
Yeah, everybody loved Charlie.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I better try and get some of this down. Bid farewell to a thoughtful friend, Boy, now you talk about thoughtful. Now, there's something. You know, remember when he used to send me away on those business trips? Gosh, I'd be gone sometimes for months on end, you know? You know something? No matter how long I was gone, though, when I'd come home, Charlie'd be right here to greet me.
Why don't you keep writing, Darrell?
Remember that time I came home from Chicago a day early just to kind of surprise you? Gosh, there was Charlie jumping out the window to meet me. How do you explain something like that?
Friendship.
Yeah, they sure... Oh, gosh. Look at these pictures here when we were kids. Gosh, look at this. Here's Charlie when he was just a little guy. Gosh, look at that. Still had that strong chin, those piercing blue eyes, blonde hair.
Honey, that's a picture of our son.
That's funny. I never noticed that much resemblance before.
Oh, you know, you loved Charlie so much that you even had a son that looked like him.
Yeah, everybody loved Charlie, okay, I guess, yeah. Boy, you know, I still can't believe he's gone. Gosh, the shape that guy kept himself in, you know that? You know something down at the office, he never even ate lunch there? No, sir, every lunch hour he'd just put his gym stuff in that little bag and he'd go over to the gym to work out.
Uh-huh.
Then he'd come back after lunch. Gosh, he'd always be so darn exhausted. But you know, he always had that big smile on his face. You know, there's something I don't understand, though. You know, if he was on his way to the gym, how come he ended up dying here?
Well, just wanted to be with you. You know, everybody loved Charlie.
Yeah. Well, you know something else I want to tell you. He wasn't just a man's man, you know. No, sir, boy. He was quite a guy with the ladies. Yeah. He always treated them great, though. Whenever he had a girlfriend, he'd always bring her a box of candy. You okay, honey?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Choke on that candy there. You know, now that's something else I've never been able to figure out.
What, dear?
This.
I don't suppose you'd buy Candy of the Month Club.
No, not really.
How about trying to get the moths to lose their teeth?
No chance, Helen.
All right, I didn't want to tell you this before, but all of that is the out-of-court settlement I got for receiving that obscene candygram.
Right, I think I have the first line for the eulogy. Everybody loved Helen.
Helen?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sirree. Say hello to Charlie.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fabulous Mr. Ben Vereen.
anxiety and fear. Storm is just a storm. Now ain't that so? I'll start it up again and then I'll make it go. With just a snap, I make a tempest fly. The storm is quickly gone, as you perceive, and you can do the very same as I. Yes, miracles occur if you believe. If you believe within your heart, you know that no one can change the path that you must go. Believe what you feel and know you're right, because the time will come around when you can say it's yours. Believe there's a reason to be. Believe you can make time stand still. And know from the moment you try, if you believe your whole life through, if you believe in yourself, maybe you can believe in me too. Do you believe? All right. Then I'm going to show you things you've never seen before. You'll see animals and birds and flowers, every color, every shape and size, trees and monkeys and a host of wonders, dancing everywhere you aim your eyes. So, if ever you're attacked by boredom, just you open up your eyes and see this diversified, curious, fascinating, wonderful, beautiful, beautiful world. You'll hear chattering and you'll hear chirping, whistling, murmuring, and honks and snorts. And when you simply take the time to listen, you'll hear music of 1,000 sorts. So, if ever you should rest your eyes, your ears can easily describe to you this diversified, wonderful, beautiful, beautiful world. Let's work it. tell you, there's plenty of room in our apartment.
No apartment is big enough for your mother and me. If she moves in, it'll be over my broken body.
Beg your pardon. Is this seat taken?
No, it isn't. Help yourself. That person we were just discussing needs family. And I tell you, there is enough room for the above-mentioned party.
Really? Well, to you, it's a party. But to me, my dear, it's a wake. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I see you agree with me. You see that? Even a perfect stranger can see it.
And I beg your pardon?
No. It's perfectly all right. I'm glad you nodded your agreement because we need an objective opinion.
How can he have an objective opinion? He hasn't seen the whole picture. You see, my wife and I work every day. She's not going to get in anybody's way.
Frankly, sir, I don't know what you're talking about.
If you don't know what we're talking about, you think it's fair to agree with her?
Oh, I didn't agree with her.
You did too. You sat there and you went like this.
Look, I just have a half hour for lunch, and I have these briefs to go over, so if you people excuse me, please.
We only have one bedroom. We only have one bed. Where do you expect her to sleep? In the middle.
What about the couch in the living room? That opens up into a terrific bed.
Oh, that's just wonderful. Oh, that'll really start my day off just great. I can see it right now. The last time she slept over, I walked in there and I spotted her wig on the coffee table. It scared me to death. I tried to kill it with a broom.
You don't understand. I didn't mean for her to sleep on the couch.
What? Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Frankly, no.
Well, would you throw your wife out of her own bed?
No, actually, it was the other way around. You see, that's how I became a divorce lawyer. Please.
A divorce lawyer? My, what a timely coincidence. Do you happen to work in this building?
I try to. I also try to eat in this building.
Will you leave him out of this? This is between you and me.
The only thing between you and me is your mother.
You'll have to excuse her. She's getting a little hysterical right now.
Don't you belittle me in front of my attorney.
Your attorney?
Yes, you do have a card, don't you?
Yes, but I don't think I'm the person you're looking for. You see, I try to save marriages. Now, if you will please excuse me.
This gentleman obviously does not want to get involved in our personal problems, so just let him eat his hot soup.
Cold.
I am mature enough to settle this petty little problem.
Petty, yes. Little, no. Just how much does she weigh now? About 320?
That's hitting below the belt.
Well, that's where it is. I'll bet your mother doesn't weigh 320 pounds.
No, she's thin. From working all of her life to put her son through college, and then through law school. And then she even helped him to open a nice office in this nice building where he could quietly enjoy his cold soup in the cafeteria.
You trying to humiliate me in front of this gentleman?
He's not listening.
That's right. I'm not listening. I didn't hear a word you said about his fat mother.
The trouble with you is you have no appreciation. My mother's a terrific cook, and you should feel flattered when she eats at our house. She licks her plate clean.
Yeah, her plate, your plate, my plate, and the dog's plate. I ask you, Mr. Harrison, could you live in the same house with a woman who hates you?
I did, for 6 years. No, please. I make it a policy never to get involved in other people's personal problems, unless, of course, I'm asked.
Okay, I'm asking you.
Wait a minute, let me ask you a question. What do you do for a living?
I'm a dentist.
A dentist. If a man came to you with a wisdom tooth that was killing him, what would you advise him?
Well, I'd have to ask him up to the office first and have a look at it and have sort of a consultation before I said anything.
Do you charge for this?
Of course I do. That's my job.
Yeah, then I rest my case.
Let's finish our lunch and go back to work. We'll settle this some other time.
Some other time? Some other time? When some other time? After your mother moves in with us and plops herself down on our waterbed and floods the apartment? Oh, Mr. Harrison, I ask you as one human being to another, what would you think of a man who allowed his mother to invite all of his ex-girlfriends to be bridesmaids at your wedding?
No comment.
Mr. Harrison, let me ask you something. What do you think of a woman who wears a nightgown with 216 buttons on it on her wedding night?
No comment. Now, may I borrow your knife? I'd like to break the ice on my soup.
I thought you said you're trying to save marriages.
You're not trying very hard.
No, sir.
All right. First of all, I think that you should go to the library and pick up a copy of a play called Oedipus. You'll find it listed under Mother. Because obviously, sir, you've never learned that even birds push their birdies out of the nest so that they can fly off and find other little birdies and make little birdies so that they can push them out of the nest.
I love it.
Yes, and for you. I suggest suggest that you take up a course in tolerance and coexistence, which will result in getting rid of your inferiority complex, which unfortunately manifests itself in your need to make fat jokes. The two of you are a complete mess. In other words, it's people like you who keep people like myself in business. Please excuse me. Did you hear this guy?
A complete stranger telling us how to run our lives.
Come on, honey, let's get out of here.
I got some advice for you, buddy. You better keep your nose out of other people's business.
You get yours.
As the stomach turns. When last we left Canoga Falls, Marion was grief-stricken at the loss of her only daughter, who dropped out of sight in a tragic skydiving accident.
If only she'd worn a parachute. Those silly kids, they'll never learn.
Left alone with her sorrow, Marion consoles herself as best she can.
Friend, there's a voice in the lonesome wind that keeps whispering. Roll.
I'm going where the welcome mat is.
No matter where that is, 'cause any place I hang my hat is home. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Yes, ever a whiz there was. If ever a whiz there was, the Wizard of Oz is one because. I love a parade. I'm tapping a beat when I hear a beat. I love the drum.
That old black magic has me in its spell.
I love a parade. When I hear a band, I just want to stand and cheers they come.
This will be my shining hour. Calm and happy and bright.
You wanna live high on a dime. You gotta have two hearts in rhyme. You gotta have me.
I gotta have you.
Go with you.
Clear out of this world. When I'm looking at you.
Days may be sunny or cloudy.
Clear out of this
We're in all around all the money.
that no mortal ever knew. With you.
Life is a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful
As
thing.
long as you hold the
As
string.
I hold the string.
You'd be a silly so and so.
I'd be a silly so-and-so.
If you would ever let it go, don't let it go, don't let it go, don't you let that thing go.
I've got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow. Got the string around my finger. What a world! What a life! What a world! What a life! Bye-bye, baby. Time to hit the road to dreamland. Don't like goodbyes, tears or sighs. I'm not too good at leaving time. I got no taste for grieving time. No, 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 not me.
I'd love to stay on, but from this day on, it's traveling time and I must move on.
Found someone to lean upon, and if I could arrange it, or would I care to change it? Not me. Love, love, hooray for love. right. I like Mr. Arlen's happy songs best.
I kind of like the blues myself.
Oh, Ben.
I know.
I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long. Good night.
The preceding program was recorded before a live audience. This is your wacko announcer speaking. Can I do that again?